Good morning, doctor and all my friends. In this video, we will talk about the simulation game we choose, which is Bankroll. Now, let's begin. I would like to introduce our group members. Shanas Nazira binti Sampian, Nurin Yusrina binti Sarong, Jennifer Kirubai anak perempuan Solomon Paraj Ponia, Tang Zixuan, Nurin Ashraf binti Saronizam, Fatmini Parameswaran, Rishika anak perempuan Jagannatha, Din Osne anak Deshong, Flavor Samuel Easy, dan Lee Serhui.
Object for the simulation project is first to grab the opportunity that to buy properties such as Madrid and Tokyo and a public property. Second, to take risks for auction space to own to trade one's player's property. And third, objective for this simulation project is to avoid bankruptcy if the player's net worth falls and any owned properties are sold back.
Hi, my name is Shanas Nazira binti Sampian. I'm going to explain about the training layouts of this game. This game is inspired by a very famous board game known as Monopoly, but with easier instructions and fun to play together online. The starting order of the players is selected randomly, and a player's cash, which is the white text, and net worth, which is the green text, are shown, and this is how we indicate the order of the players. Players with the highest cash will start the game. Players will be moving around the board based on the value of the dice that they have thrown, and players will gain $200 when they pass the start space.
To begin, each player in the Bankroll game needs to first own a smartphone and then be able to connect to the internet in order to take part in the competition. This is because Bankroll is an online multiplayer-based game. In addition to that, they will first be required to download the host application called Plato from their various app stores, register, and then connect to other participants via an online invitation.
The third material and equipment needed in this game, which is Plato. Plato is a chat game that has many multiplayer games. Plato has over 45 multiplayer games that are actually good, including Accord, Matchmaster, Bankroll, Pool, Bowling, and others. Over 1 million of people from around the world use Plato to find fun and make new friends. Players can download Plato on Google Play or App Store to install it on their mobile phone.
this game, each member will get $1,115. This game also has 27 countries, including airport, bank, railway, electricity, audition, and jail. Okay, the most expensive place in this game is New York and Tokyo. This game has 13 rounds to play. You will get penalty if you got to go to the jail, whether you want to pay $1,015 or you cannot play for 3 rounds to leave this jail. If you land on the first property of the set, buy it because your next roll can be test of the set. Try cutting off that one lucky teammate by buying properties that are trying to get a set in. This can also set you up for auditions to get properties you want. If you are going to randomly buy properties with no intentions, so you can go for the highest price properties such as Tokyo and New York. If you want to make a trade in, you can make it in Audition Square. At the end of this game, the winner recorded $3,105 with 9 properties, meanwhile the fourth place recorded 800 with 4 properties.
Hello, my name is Dios Nadishon. I'm going to explain about interrogation process. The process begins with preparation and planning. For your information, planning can be defined as a process or action or something being prepared for use or consideration. Meanwhile, planning stands for the process of making something. For example, our group chose Bankroll game from Plateau apps. To play this game, the leader must invite other players to join with maximum of 4 or 6 players, and after the enter participant full, the leader can start the game. Based on what we experience, the player must plan on how to achieve his or her goal, especially in collecting assets or their wealth. The planning must be made and be consulted by the game guidance and tips. The second one is engage and explain. Engage stands for the interest towards something or game. Meanwhile, explain shows the mixed-up idea or situation to make something more details to be understood by other people. For example, once the game starts, the player must move according to the player position that been set. Every move that been made will give an option to the player either to buy a land or just give other player to take over it or leave the land for it. But for your information, the more land the player purchases, the wealthiest player will be because other player will pay him or her for the land he bought. This experience the player on how to monopoly the whole match, especially the player, because the mode of players influence the wise technique used by other competitor in this match. In this bankroll game, we must smart on managing our asset and well to avoid fraud from other player. The player should not take over all the land, instead of they must take much worthy land to raise their profit and their assets. And the last one for integration process is done by closure and evaluate. Closure refers to the act of a process of choosing something, especially in institution, through fair and being closed. And evaluate stand for form of an idea in amount, numbers, and value. At the end of the game, all players must fight or compete each other to take over the left land, and the player that considered as a bankroll must take decision, either to sell his asset to other player or make another bank loan. In the end of the game, all players must amount their own profit and asset. Once there is a player is broke and fully bankrupt, the player with the highest calculated profit asset will be pointed as the winner of the game. Yeah, just the explanation for interrogation process. Thank you.
So the next part is the rationale of this simulation. Why we conduct this activity? It is to emphasize the implication of one action. Players must be continuously aware that making the wrong move might result in significant financial loss and perhaps removal from the game. The importance of this activity: first, this game teaches that maintaining cash flow to keep having money so it can help us to survive difficulties or take advantage of good deals and chances. Next, it teaches to always be prepared in all kind of situation, as life occurrence is also based on luck. And lastly, this game also teaches that we must know how to spend money wisely.
Conclusion: even though Bankroll seems like a lucky based game, but it needs to have a good planning and strategy to be the winner of the game. Through this game, we learn about how to spend money wisely and think carefully before do the next step. Otherwise, you might end up losing all the money and profits. That's all from us. Thank you.